Let me first say thank you so much for your patience. The process was a lot more tedious and elongated than we thought that it would be. But again, thank you for your patience. We're going to get straight to the press conference. My name is Derek Muhammad. I am a community activist, but I was also a mentor to Jovian, and I'm just like family to the Jovian Miley family. I want to go on record and say that I'm disgusted by the way that TDCJ and its officials treated this mother and this family today. One of the reasons that it took so long for us to come out is they had them standing in the lobby for over 20 minutes trying to dictate who could come into the meeting to see the video and who could not. They've gone on record publicly professing that Jovian Motley is a hero. Is this the way you treat the mother and the family of a hero? But again, this is why TDCJ as an institution is crumbling. Incompetent leadership, and this is why they have staffing shortages. This is why it's crumbling as an institution. But the way they treated this mother, this father, and this family is ridiculous. So I did not go into the meeting to see the video. What I'm going to do is bring up Jovian's mother, Tamika Motley, and then we'll bring up Attorney Justin Moore.
I've waited for 3 weeks for some answers on what happened to my son. We laid him to rest on Saturday, and I was looking forward to this day, and I'd like to say that I have answers. It's still an open investigation, and we're going to respect the process. But I will say, as a mother, I'm not satisfied. I will say that I still feel that I'm at square one. I still feel that we do not have the answers that we need to know what happened to Jovian Motley on November the 13th at the Wainwright Unit. I'm disappointed. My son was the type of person, he was very loyal to whatever he did and whatever he loved. He put his everything behind it. And everyone spoke so highly about how much they loved him and adored him, how much they respected him. And I don't see that love. And I want to speak to those correctional officers that say they love my son. Speak out. Say something. Tell the truth. We're not going to stop until we get the truth. My son did not have to die. That place should have policies and procedures to safeguard and protect those that wear that uniform. And if you're wearing that uniform and you wonder if you're safe, you wonder if you're going to be protected, remember my son. Remember the fact that we're 3 weeks in and we still have no answers.
Exactly.
Your family would be handed a folded flag and said, I'm sorry for your loss. And they'll be going on by their way. So I just want to say to all those involved, all those that we're seeking justice and we're not going to stop.
I'm going to give a few words, and if so be it, we'll open it up for questions. Okay. Justin Moore, attorney for the family of Jovian Motley. As Brother Muhammad just stated and Mrs. Motley just stated, we came here today to get answers into how Jovian could lose his life at the Wainwright Unit in TDCJ. And what we walked out with is more answers. We're going to try and maintain the integrity of the investigation, because the key thing here is to try and get justice for this family. So we're not going to go into details as to what we saw, but I can't talk about the nature of what we saw. We saw a prison that is ill-equipped for officers to do their job, right? We believe what happened to Jovian was due to the fact that there is gross negligence in how that prison is being ran, with the Wainwright Unit. There were certain things that were going on in this cell that Jovian was called to go in to extract an inmate for that actually led to his death. We believe that Jovian Watley was called into a cell and was led to his death by the prison that he worked for.
Right.
And when you're working for an employer who has such a disdain and disregard for not only the lives of inmates but also their employees, that's a huge problem. How can we expect our officers to treat inmates with care and treat them like they're human if they're not being treated humanely by their own employers? That's a huge problem. And that is why Jovian Watley is dead right now. And I say that with the utmost respect to this family standing behind me, but this is the truth. Their failed policies and procedures led this young man to his death. And there's absolutely no way and no reason why he should be dead today. The blame lies squarely. There's going to be some things that come out that there's going to be a young man that might get charged with some type of crime here. That is what it is. But nevertheless, this could have been prevented by his employer. He died due to the fact that TDCJ does not care about their employees. He died because TDCJ uses extraction teams when they don't need to use them. He died because TDCJ doesn't believe in de-escalation procedures. That's why he died.
Yep.
When we choose to actively not train our officers and use policies for de-escalation, we're putting not only the lives of those on the receiving end of highly violent procedures, not only are we putting their lives in danger, but we're putting the officers' lives in danger.
Exactly.
And we live in a state where they say blue lives matter, right? We live in a state where people claim to care about the lives of officers. What we saw in there today showed that they not only care about the inmates, but they also don't give a damn about these officers either.
That's right, brother.
It's a huge problem. So what we're going to do, we're going to allow the Special Prosecutor Jack Choate to prosecute this case to the best ability that he can. And I believe he gave us, all the belief in the world that he'll be able to do that. But what we're going to do as a family and as a support system is fight against TDCJ and these failed policies that they have. Stop putting people's lives in danger. That goes for inmates and officers. Because if they continue on with the type of policies, procedures that led Jovian Watley to his death, I fear for every single officer that's going into each and every prison in this state. And we only have those to blame at the top of the food chain. That's Greg Abbott and his cronies. They don't give a damn about these officers. And you already know they don't care about these inmates. So we're going to send a message. It's going to be loud and clear. You will respect the lives of those that come into your facilities, whether they be officers or inmates. And until you do that, we're going to keep on lifting our voices, and we're going to continue holding your feet to the fire. We're going to open it up for questions. I'm going to...
I was going to ask, did the video pretty much show everything that happened?
No, it didn't. The video was highly obstructed. And I'm not going to go into the details of the video, but we expected to see clearly how Jovian died, but we walked out with more questions. What has been rumored about the cell was that it was dimly lit. From what we can see, the cell was pitch black. And we're going to maintain, and we're going to continue to maintain, you should not be sending an extraction team into a pitch black cell with an offender that's known to be dangerous.
Right. Per your own policies.
Per your own policies.
Yeah.
And per common sense.
Exactly.
Right?
Can someone tell us what's in the box?
These are Jovian's boots. These are his boots. Can I take them out?
Yeah. The ones he had on?
Yes.
These are the ones that he had on. And while it's a nice gesture, this mother came here to find answers regarding what happened to her son. And they gave her boots. They gave her boots. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Did you want to say anything else?
Can you tell us about the service this weekend? Outpouring from friends and family, I assume?
There was a lot of family support. Definitely want to thank everyone that's standing behind us and supporting us and loving on us and praying. The calls, the texts, messages, it's overwhelming And it speaks to who my son was. My son was a light. And Saturday showed the message loud and clear that the community is behind us. The community supports Jovian Motley. And so we're campaigning justice for Jovian Motley all the way. We're not going to stop. So I want to thank everybody that supported us and continue to support us. We have a long fight ahead. So that encouragement gives us strength every day to get up and fight even more.
When you look at this photo on the t-shirt, what comes to mind as a mom? Just about him. His smile.
His smile. My son had a smile that would light up a room. You can have the roughest day, you could be upset, and when you see his smile, it's like nothing else mattered. Everyone from his co-workers all talked about his smile. He loved to laugh. He loved to make other people feel good. And so I want him to be remembered that way, that he just enjoyed life. He had so much life still to live. He had so many dreams and aspirations and things that he wanted to do, and it was cut short. And it was cut short, if I can be honest, because of bad policy and procedures. There were so many things that could have been done, and my son would still be here, smiling, enjoying life, but because, you know, those policies and procedures were not in place. And it's not just my son. This stuff has been happening in TDCJ time and time again. My son's story just hit the news. And we intend to uncover those bad policies. We intend to uncover those people who write the policies, because those things need to be reviewed as well.
I have a question for the attorney.
Okay.
I'm not sure that there's fighting for accountability and answers. Is there a lawsuit in play?
We're currently investigating a lawsuit right now. From what we've seen, there is gross negligence afoot in Wainwright, especially with this particular situation. And I think there may be a pattern in practice that may unveil itself as we go through with our investigation. So we're actively looking to see how we can bring justice to this family through the civil court procedure. So to answer your question, no, we don't have a lawsuit drafted already. We're giving the family some time to mourn and grieve. But once they're through their initial phases of their grieving process, we're really going to, get to the point where we want to hold this, this prison and TDCJ accountable for what happened to Jovian Watley.
I guess just in general, what you guys saw today, like how much video was shown, like how long, like, I mean, because I know you said it was very obstructive, but I am curious, just like logistically speaking, how much was actually shown?
I mean, it was a good amount of video shown about the specific regarding the specific incident. We definitely need more video, and we need more evidence, and we need a full discovery process to understand the nature of what happened. We don't know why the five-man extraction team was truly called to extract this inmate that day. We think it may have been due to some type of petty grievance that one of the officers had with this inmate. Ego or whatever you want to call it. So we need to do a deep dive into why they used the five-man extraction team against this person that, from what we saw, was only asking for her to be treated humanely. There's more to be had here, and through a civil discovery process, hopefully we'll get the answers that we need.
All right. Before we go, we'd like to hear from Jovian's father, Brother Ed Motley. Take your time, Ed.
Well, like it's been said, there really wasn't any more answers. So we're gonna let the process play out. We're gonna wait on the autopsy, and we're gonna see from there where we go.
What do you miss most about yourself?
Oh man, what I don't miss, man. that was my twin. I miss not being able to see myself around the house, my mannerisms, everything about him was me. The smile is mine because
Yes,
I've used it to to lighten up a room, you know. So, you know, I miss him. That was my friend. You know, if I needed something done around the house, and you know, I'm the type of person I try to do it by myself. But I can always depend on him. When I call him, he coming. You know, and you know, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him dearly.
And if I may, before we wrap up, I want to say clearly and unequivocally that not only do we believe, but we know that TDCJ, its officials, and its policies are 100% responsible for the death of Jovian Motley. And so there are three ways that we have to address this thing. Criminally, and this is being handled by the Special Prosecutor's Office. Civilly, that's something that will unravel and unfold as time goes on. But as far as justice for Jovian Motley, we as a community want to say that we are 110% behind the Motley family, and that TDCJ must understand that you have not seen the last of Jovian's family. You haven't seen the last of Jovian's village. You haven't seen the last of Jovian's supporters. You haven't seen the last of Jovian. Thank you.